Hi, I'm Hassan Zahir. I'm a partner at PTR. In this video, I will walk you through our high voltage direct current market analysis, or HVDC for short. Within HVDC, we're looking at two different technologies, VSC, the voltage source converters, and then LCCs, the line commutated converter. We are providing three different products as part of this service. The first one is the global projects database of more than 300 installed and pipeline projects of HVDC technology around the world. We're also providing an HVDC market report that includes an analysis of total market in terms of the capacity installed and upcoming, in terms of forecasts, and then also qualitative trends. And then lastly, if you procure our HVDC analysis, we provide you access to our PTR Sonar news app with analyst impressions on important happenings in the market on a weekly basis. Starting with the global projects database, we're looking at LCC and VSC projects in 4 different regions around the world, looking at back-to-back converters, interconnectors, and then offshore connections, especially in the case of wind power plants. This database covers more than 300 projects installed around the world and the ones which have been announced to be installed in the years to come. Specifically for each project, we're looking at the timeline, what would be the potential award year for the pipeline, but then also what was the award year for the installed projects, what was the service year, and then project information, including project name, the technology, who was the supplier, who was the client, what was the voltage on which this was installed, the capacity, overall network connection, and then the length of the project. As you can see on the right side on the sample Hokkaido Tohoku project HVDC installed in 2013. In addition to the project database, we're also extracting some key trends from the database, including install base hotspots, market share of manufacturers split by converter types, VSCs and LCCs, market share overall of different technologies in the installed projects and what's upcoming in terms of the pipeline, and then the overall market size in terms of the megawatts. This is complemented by our global HVDC market report, where we're looking at the market sizing in terms of megawatt capacity additions, and then the revenue in $1 million, company profiles of the top vendors, comparative analysis looking at the regional splits of OEM market shares over the last 5 years, and then lastly, key market trends as an extract of our overall research. For market sizing in the HVDC capacity dataset, we're looking at the LCCs and VSCs segmented out in terms of what has happened in the past, today's snapshot, and the forecast. And we're doing that for 4 different regions: China, rest of Asia Pacific, EMEA, and Americas. Then, in addition to that, we're also looking at comparative and qualitative analysis, market shares, and market size of different vendors, looking at regional split. What's the market share in Americas of the top vendors, Europe and Asia Pacific, and then also looking at how is the network split into underground, overhead, and subsea. Company portfolios of the 3 suppliers, looking at the overview of the company and their presence in the HVDC domain, recent developments in terms of technology evolution, and their current product portfolios. And then lastly, an extract of market trends, including OEM market shares, and then different technologies that are being worked on right now. This is presented as a PowerPoint report in addition to the database in an Excel format. And as I said in the start, you will also get access to our PTR Sonar news app, where we basically do an analysis of on a weekly basis of different developments in the HVDC market. Our subject matter expert analyzes the news. And in addition to providing the news, we also provide you that impression, all the analysis that shows you how this particular happening in the market impacts the overall HVDC market. So that's very briefly an overview of the HVDC market. Please go through the rest of the page, reach out to me if you have any question using the contact details at the bottom of the page. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have or schedule a call with our subject matter expert on the topic. Thank you so much.